Hey guys, welcome back. It's Katrisa with Creative Koncepts. How you guys doing? It's been a rough 3 weeks for me. I had to really do a mental check-in because my last 3 weeks have just been crazy. I haven't been able to put out any content. For one, my husband threw his back out. So for like a week and a half, I've been dealing with that. And then, with COVID, since I'm an event decorator, with COVID, people are starting to call back. They're doing small setups, in-home weddings, in-home different things where they are like, well, I just want a small social distancing party for my birthday or for this, for that. And so I've been setting it up. So I've gotten really busy with my business, which is a good thing. But a sister tired. I was tired, y'all. But I did have to come on and give you some content, and just bear with me. Trying something new. My setup has been just pushed to the side because if you didn't know, we have Rottweilers, and so we're getting into the breeding process of Rottweilers. So my whole area in the garage that's used for my videos and reviews has been taken over by dogs in kennels, in cages, but that's okay. So let's go ahead. Everybody's good. We're all good, guys. Stay safe. Do what you're supposed to do. Make sure that you are sanitizing, washing your hands, doing what your local government is asking of you. Let's play our part. Let's do this. So let's get to it. Let's talk about Greenleaf. This is the final season, and I can't wait to see what it brings. Of course, Greenleaf always brings it. So this is going to be good. So it opens up with Bishop in the pulpit at the church, and he's walking around the pulpit, and then you have Grace. She comes in, and they kind of walk out, and they're trying to see, Grace is like, Dad, aren't you sad? And he was like, no, things come to an end. Time has come. It's time for us to, move forward. And so as they're loading all of his stuff up, they're loading like pictures of him, different things that had to do with him in the old church. And then they load the cross up. In the way that they're handling the cross is kind of an epiphany for him. He's like, that makes me sad. Now, all the other mess that comes along with it, that didn't make me sad. But this makes me sad. So, I can kind of feel his disparity. And he's like, so I just hate that it's happening, but that's okay. God has bigger things in plan. So we get to the house and we see Lady May. She's fasting and praying. It's so funny because the maid is trying to get Lady May to have some tea. And Lady May said, no, I'm going to be drinking this lemon juice and water while I'm fasting for God to send me an answer and send me the answer to my prayers. And so Charity walks by. It was so fun. She was like, hey, Miss Judas. I said, oh my God. And then Charity's like, really, Mama? I'm like, really, Charity? You did. You were a Judas. You did. You did turn your family in. You did turn on your family. So Lady May is more in her. And Lady May is just like off the chain. I was like, girl, somebody need to check that cup Lady May sipping on. That might not be just some lemon juice and water, because Lady May was a little turned. She tried to get up and stand up. She was a little shaky. I was like, either you're sugar low because you ain't eating and you fast and wrong, or you sipping on that syrup. I said, so Lady May have a little more something in there. It might be a little warm vodka. It might be a little gin juice. But Lady May, quit playing. It's more in that cup than some lemon juice and water. So, she's talking to Aaron, and, she's telling Aaron that the bishop is mad at her. And, but Aaron is like, well, I'm here to talk to Grace and AJ because I have some good news. So it flat. Now, for some reason, with the opening episode, they put a lot in the episode. So they, let me get comfortable, y'all. They, did y'all see that? I'm telling y'all, it's taking everything in me to bring y'all this. So y'all just bear with me. Oh my God. I want to just stop filming and do this right, but I can't because I ain't got nowhere to do it. But anyway, Aaron was telling Lady May, he needs to speak with, he needs to speak with Grace and AJ. So like I was saying, for some reason, they're just fast forwarding through this episode. I think they're trying to give us a lot in the little time that they have. They want us to be able to get, since it's the last season, I feel like every episode that we watch is going to be action packed. And I really feel like we're going to have to really watch it really, really closely, because they're going to give us a lot of information. So when he leaves, it flashes over to Jacob and Clarissa. So they are arguing because Clarissa is like, I want a divorce. And in this divorce, I want you to take care of me. And if you don't do what I asked you to do, this information that I've gotten about this house and how your parents got it and all that, I'm going to reveal it. And he was like, where did you get that from? Where did you get this stuff from? From your Latin lover? He was like, oh, not only are you giving out wheels, but you giving out chlamydia. I could have died. I said, oh my God. But I was like, oh, look at my hair. I'm getting sidetracked. I'm telling you, I was taking everything in me to get out. Okay, moving forward, Catrice. I was like, no, he did say chlamydia and wheels. I said, but go on then, Jay, because see, Clarissa thinks she has this old Jacob from when the first 2, 3, 4 seasons, when she was just talking crazy to him, whatever she wanted, she got, she just, talk any kind of way, and she don't have that. This is a new Jacob. Jacob is really tired of her. He fed up with her. He like, look, you getting on my nerves. I'm tired of you. If this really what you want, I'm going to give you what you're asking for, and that's a divorce. So they move on from that, and then it goes over to Sophia. She's out jogging. Her boyfriend calls her. She's all giddy. He says, let's get together, and she's like, okay. So it goes from there. Like I said, it's a lot going on. It's like moving very, very fast paced. So this whole season, like I said, I think they're going to give us a lot in a little time. So then it jumps back over to the church where Charity is. She's over there with Phil, and she's talking with Phil. And Phil is like, I really need you, Charity. She was like, yeah, really, like I needed you. And he was like, well, we have a meeting, and we need to go into this meeting in a united front. She was like, oh, it's going to be a front, all right. So Charity is really feeling the burn of him kind of, I don't even know if he was tricking her. I do feel like Phil did love her. I do feel like Phil had feelings for her. But I do feel like Phil is just an opportunist, and he's like, I have a goal in mind, and I fell off track from my goal. Charity, you came in kind of like at the right but wrong time, and so he's just kind of begging her, look, let's just get through this. I need you on my side, this, that, and the other. And so he's like, let's just go in and have a united front. So they go in, and Charity is corralling the people. She's corralling the black women. I'll be here preaching, and when I'm here, you don't want to miss this series. I'm going to be presenting as the assistant pastor, because she did get her position. Now, he did give her assistant pastor position for turning on her family, and that's what she wanted. She got it. She paid the price for it, but she got it. And so, he's like, yeah, when I'm not here, she'll be preaching. She was like, but when I do preach, y'all need to be here to hear it. And y'all need, so he was like, I see what you're doing, Charity. I see what you're doing. She was like, I'm doing what you asked me to do. I'm putting on a united front, and I'm getting the people hype. I'm giving them something to look forward to, because God knows when your little white woman come up in here and give them this old dry sermon Sunday, she was like, they're going to be begging to hear me stand up here. So I was like, here Charity go again, trying to be Captain Save-'em, but you can't save anything that you started this, you did this, you messed it up for the family. So I can see those wheels turning in her head, and we know Charity not the brightest crayon in the box. So I just feel like this is gonna go left real quick. And so we go back over to the house, and Aaron is talking to AJ and Grace, and he says that AJ is off the hook for the pharmacy break-in. And they're like, what? Why? He was like, they found the guy that did it. And the guy that did it is dead. So on camera, he looks just like, AJ. They're similar. The police are just happy to have somebody. They're closing the case, and they're not going to pursue AJ anymore. And AJ has this look on his face like, what? And then he was like, yeah, and I got the picture of the guy. And they show, Grace was like, let me see that. They show Grace the picture, and it's the guy that was at the last episode at Faith's grave with Grace. And Grace has this look on her face, and she's like, are you sure? He was like, case is closed. You guys, AJ is off the hook. And so she's like, he got killed? They was like, yeah, he was in a shootout. He got shot and killed. And that's it. Y'all are good. And you can see AJ is like, something ain't right about this. This not right. Because AJ knows I did it. And so, you know, I'm letting somebody else take the fall for something that I did. So AJ is almost in shock. He's like, what? You know, AJ is not with this whole spiritual journey thing that the family is on. He's like, you know, he's not just into the spiritual realm of how God will open up a door for you. You know, it's just for us, we may look at it like, he saved you. You know, God sent this guy in like an angel. Because, you know, we discussed that last season about him being like an angel coming to her saying, you know, things will be okay. Things has a way of working out or coming to the surface. And in Grace's eyes, it's like God delivered you from something. Yeah, this young man lost his life. But at the end of the day, God delivered you. And sometimes things happen like that. Like how you ever wonder, you're on your way to something and then you get sidetracked in the house looking for your keys. And then you hear on the radio that where you were going and where you should have been at this particular time, like it could have been at a party, you were supposed to be there. And then when you get, you run late or something deters you. And then the time that you would have been there, a fight broke out. Somebody got shot and killed. Then you're like, oh my God, it could have been me. And then you look at it as God spared my life. You know, he delayed me for a reason. And that's kind of how Grace is looking at it. But AJ like, no, this ain't right. You mean to tell me I done did something? Somebody else took the blame for it. Now this boy shot. And then they were trying to make it seem like, well, he's been doing all these robberies. Like he's so bad. But in AJ's eye, he's like, well, hell, I'm just as bad because I'm doing the same thing. But of course, Grace is just happy he's off the hook. That's off her back. Nothing comes back to her for the illegal stuff she did, trying to get AJ out of it. So let's move forward. So then you have Jacob, and he's talking to Aaron about the title with the house. And Aaron's like, this is a mess right here. And he asks Aaron, you think you can help us out? And Aaron's like, no. Aaron's like, I'm not going to put my hand on. And is it me? Were the graphics kind of off? I mean, it looked cheesy. And then I'm like, y'all flying in over the balcony where Jacob and Aaron is standing. Like, y'all doing too much. It ain't that serious with Greenleaf. Keep it normal. Keep it simple. Keep it easy. Get us through this last season. And just get us the more information. You ain't got to do all this high graphics, high tech stuff. It ain't that deep for us. So Aaron is like, I'm not going to touch that. But what you do need to find out is, is there another wheel? Is there a wheel that supersedes this wheel? And if so, that's where you're going to have to start at. So then, like I said, it's moving fast. They jump from there to go over there to Darius. Grace is going to Darius' office to meet up with Darius. She's like, how you been doing? He was like, you know, I would have been doing better. I've been having a hard time. She was like, oh, really? What happened? He was like, you left me. Girl, come on, Grace, quit playing. She has a little smirk on her face. She miss him, he miss her, whatever. Get it together, move on. But she does ask Darius for a favor. And so she doesn't say what the favor is, and it goes out. Then it jumps over to Jacob and Aaron again. Like I said, it's just like fast forward, move. So Jacob and Aaron are talking, and pretty much the same thing about the wheel, you know, and he's telling Jacob, you know, you just need to make sure that you cross all your T's and dot your I's when looking for this information. So, it jumps back to Phil and Charity. I promise you guys, if you watch the episode, you know what I'm talking about. It's like we get 10 seconds of this, 30 seconds of this, 2 whole minutes of this, 10 minutes of this. Then it jumps back over to, like, it's an incomplete sentence. Because even like when Jacob and Aaron are talking, that little scene probably was 15 seconds. And then you run back over here to like now Phil and Charity. It's like, okay, we back and forth. It's like they don't complete the scene. It's almost like they're trying to do a split thing, like things are going on at the same time. So Phil and Charity are meeting. They're talking about how the black women are the cornerstone of the church. And every fourth Sunday, Charity is going to be in there and she's going to be preaching. And so the guy that used to be Charity's mentor or part of the praise and worship team, he has this look on his face. And he comes into Charity's office and he's like, Charity, I'm quitting. And Charity's like, not you. You know, this day can't get any worse. But that goes to show me how, like with churches, how we, the people on the outside, don't see the inner workings of the church. And that's why I haven't been to church now in almost 3 years, because I was behind the scenes of the church, and the dynamics and the grit and grime that goes on behind the scenes are just worse than the world, you know. And he is on a spiritual journey. He has a calling, and he did not want to be a part of the mess. He saw Phil and Charity in their interaction and how they're arguing and things like that. And he was like, I just don't want to be a part of that. And I get it. You know, black churches especially, it's so corrupt. It's so corrupt. And the way that they're spinning this, they're showing a lot of different things of how stuff happens behind the scenes of a church. Most of us go to church, get the word, we pay our tithes, give an offering, we socialize, we don't, we hee hee ha ha, we gone. We got our fix for the week. But for those that are deeply rooted in a spiritual journey with God, because I'm not saying everybody's not, but some people are more holier than thou. You know, some people need to go to church. Some people need that validation. Some people need this other stuff. And then when you find out what's going on behind the scenes, it breaks a person. It really does. It breaks a person. And so you can tell that he was kind of broken, because he was like, I can't be a part of this mess. Y'all not going to have me up here on a Sunday singing and praising God, singing my heart out, trying to move the people, trying to move the crowd, get them ready for the service, get their mindset, get the atmosphere right. And in the back of my mind, I know y'all up here fighting, fussing, and arguing because he done left you, went back to the white girl, you slick mad, so you gonna do stuff to you know, undermine what he doing. And he was like, I'm not for that. That's not what my calling is. And I like that aspect that they put in there, because they're trying to show people, you know, all the aspects of the church. And so when Grace, it goes, no, Jacob, he calls Alexa, the old white girl. Y'all see my daughter just walk past there in my, I'm telling y'all, it's taking everything. Okay. It's taking everything in me to get this video out. But I shall come through on the other side. So he called his old fling Alexa. First of all, he said Alexa, something. So I'm like, he talking to Alexa, the app. He was talking to his old fling, and he told her, I need to see you. So he goes over. She's all rude, and he's like, I need your help, and it has to do with Mac. And she used to work for Mac. You know, she lost her job at the church because of her and Jacob's affair, and then she got booted out of another church. So while he's talking to her, it jumps over to Grace and Darius. Darius tells her about the guy that she encountered at the grave, and that he got more information on him. So then it jumps back over to Jacob and Alexa. So he goes in the house and he's talking to her, but he notices she has a little girl. So he asks her, he's like, are you married? He's like, this your kid? And she was like, yes. And he was like, are you married? She was like, no. And so she was like, do you see a ring on my finger? And so she was real rude, upset. You could tell she's still hurt. So Jacob is like, you know, I need your help on some stuff with Mac. I'm trying to find some things. And she was like, he kept a storage. She said, but I never went to the storage because I was scared of what I was going to find in. Because y'all know Mac was a mofo, baby. A mofo. And that's just like what I'm talking about with these churches. You got these people that hold these positions. He was a deacon, treasurer, all that hold these high-ranking positions, and they are pure evil. And then when people find out about it, then, you know, what can you do? He's done so much for the church. He's done so much. The church would rather die before they put a corrupt person out of office. And like I said, that's a whole nother topic. You know, I had my dues, my days at the church, and I was in church from a little girl. That now it's bringing back some memory. Let me be quiet. Let me not put my mouth on God's house. I still love God. I praise him. I have a spiritual relationship with God. But I get where they're going with this. Okay, so Mac was a mofo. We know what Mac did. So Jacob was still sitting there talking to her, but he looking at this little mixed baby. He like, is that my baby? Now he said, is that? And she said, you want to know if that's your daughter? And he's like, well, it looked like the age and the time frame and all that may be adding up. She was like, no, because I never would have kept your child. I was like, dang, bitch, okay, okay then, whatever. So they finished talking, and he says, okay, he finally leaves. But on his way out the door, you can tell he stops and he looks, and he's like, that's my child. He know that's his baby. Because how many black men was you screwing? If that's the case, then how many brothers you had lined up after Jacob? Because had to be another brother, because that baby, light bright, good hair, that's Jacob, baby. But that'll probably come out later on in the season. If so, it'll be a good thing. He apologized before he left. He did tell her, I'm sorry for all the pain and anguish that I caused you. And I think that's going to play a big part in her coming back in the latter part. Especially if him and Clarissa goes through with the divorce. Then she may feel free to come and say, this is your daughter. But we'll see where that goes. So Grace is with AJ in a room, and, he's still messed up about this guy dying and, the fact that he's not going to jail. Like I said, Grace is like, God has delivered you, just be happy. And he's like, happy to do this, Dad. He's like, we both know I did it. Grace, we both know I did it. So he's like, we know I did it. There's no way around it. And her thing is, just be happy it's over with. Just be happy it's over with. And he's like, over with as in the boy died. He really like, we going a little too deep with this thing. And Grace was like, look, let's go out. We're going to have dinner. We're going to celebrate. And I'm like, I'm going to call Sophia. And then the guys, is my lips dry? Please don't talk about me too bad. But I'm getting sidetracked. I'm telling y'all. Anyway. He's like, what we gonna celebrate? The boy getting killed and dying and taking a rap for me when we all know that I did it? She was like, just look at it as a blessing from God. See, that's that. Now she a pastor. But you up here preaching, do the right thing. Instead of her saying, you know what, to get this off your guilty conscience, let's go to the police and tell them that you did it. At least you did this one. Not all the other ones, but you did this one. Nah, she like, nah, we good. This that hypocritical stuff. Come on now, Grace. You ain't doing no better than Lady May. You just like your mama. So they move on. So Bishop meets up with Misty and Clara and Clara's daughter, granddaughter. Now y'all was all down for the cause when y'all were booting Lady May and Bishop up out there. But now that you see that Charity and Phil at it ain't looking like it's supposed to. Y'all finna tear down the church. Y'all finna do all this other stuff that be did behind closed doors. Y'all thought y'all had the inside track on it, but when really, you didn't. So now y'all nervous. Y'all scared. Bishop, we need you back. We want you back. And so Bishop like, if I come back, that's fine. We're going to pray about it. Let's pray. So they pray. And so it was fun. I said, yeah, now y'all running scared. Where you fake that now? But anywho, Jacob is at the storage and find out that it's 2 years behind. Jacob says, give me the bill for 2 years and add 6 more months to it, because he knows there's a lot of stuff in there. He's going to have to go through it. And so Grace gets a call from Darius, and he says he got some news on Bob Whitmore. So from there, it jumps to Sophia. Earlier she got a call from her boyfriend. She was going to meet with her boyfriend. She told him to take care of the situation with his old girlfriend, work it out, figure it out. She gets there and guess who's there? It's the old girlfriend. She's like, what are you doing? He was like, you said figure it out. She was like, I said figure it out, Negro. I ain't say go get back with her, sleep with her, do whatever y'all doing. She said, but you know what? That's fine. She said, I'm hurt, but I'm not even mad. She was like, she was put up big girl drawers on there. She probably cried when she got in the car, but she didn't get that Negro the satisfaction to see. And I was like, go on, girl, because in essence, she did a real grown woman thing there. And I was kind of proud of her. So, Lady Mae, she's still fasting on this lemon and water. And then the bishop walks in and she was like, James, don't come in here, chastise me, talking crazy, put me down, this, that, and that. He was like, no, baby, that's not what I want. He says that it's time for them to move forward and forget about hope and harmony. Forget about the old church. He said, talking to, what's their name? The old biddies, the 3 old biddies. Missy and Clara, he said that made him realize that the people need him. And he was like, he can't let the people down, so let's build our own church. He said, but before that we do that, let's go to the courthouse and get married. And she was like, why, James? Why now? He was like, I got to give you your props. When you did your day with Lady Mae, I saw how the people needed you and how you brought the people together and you corralled the people and the power and that you have in when you move in the spirit. He said, and I need that beside me, not just as, Lady Mae, but as my wife. So they decided to go ahead and get married again, which was nice. So they're going to the courthouse. Lady Mae just wants it to be them, but he wants the whole family there. So they sent out a text for everybody to come to the house. So during that part, Phil is at his house looking at a picture of Charity. He takes it off the refrigerator, put it on the counter, and then the doorbell rings. It's Charity. She's there to return the ring. Girl, why are you giving this man his ring back? I never. This mine, okay, it's a memento now. I'm going to just put it around my neck, or I'm going to use it as, like, Portia used to wear her red ring as costume jewelry. She like, girl, this ring costs a grip. This my emergency fund right here. I ain't going to play like that. So she was talking to Phil, and like I said, I feel like Phil really did care for her and really did love her. And she asked him, why did he do what he did? And he said, you just don't understand. This has been in the making for 20 years. And he was like, I didn't know how to walk away from it. When it finally came, I didn't know how to walk away from it. If that meant hurting you and getting with the white girl and doing what I had to do, that was my ultimate goal. And she said, oh, you couldn't walk away from that, but you found a way to walk away from me. And she was like, bye. I was like, okay, Charity, well, if you're going to be a big girl, put your big girl pants on, then cool, great. I'm appreciative of that. So she leaves, and everybody is starting to meet up for the wedding. So Grace is with Darius. Darius tells her he's found out everything about what's going on with Bob Whitmore, and what it is, he's running for senator. He got with the church for backing. He has an address there so he can show that he's part of the county or district that he needs to be in. He's made all these charitable donations. So him getting the church is just a part of a move that he's making. And so Grace feels like if we tell the congregation, then they'll be more than willing to oust him. But Darius says that, and Charity is not, Grace is not that sure. So they jump from there. Remember, like I said, it's going to go really, really fast. So they jump from there, and everybody's meeting up. Everybody's getting a text to meet up. I told y'all but everybody's meeting up to get ready to go downtown with the bishop and Lady Mae to get remarried. So everybody's showing up. Dora, the weed explorer, she show up. And she's been real rude to Sophia. And Lady Mae like, girl, where you coming from? Them itty bitty shorts and that shit. She's like, well, grandmama, let me go change. And she was like, skank. And then Lady Mae's like, what's going on with you too? And she was like, nothing, grandma. And so when she was going upstairs, Lady Mae said, why you getting a jacket? Get you a skirt too. Because she was like, good Lord, what is this girl doing? What is going on? Lady Mae has been drinking. I'm telling you, Lady Mae on that side. I'm telling y'all, Lady Mae. Okay. And so Grace pulls up. Even Charity this funny part. They showed Clarissa and Jacob in the room, and Jacob and them were getting ready, and Clarissa was like, she invited me. He said she wanted everybody, so I guess that means you can come too. I was like, Clarissa had this look on her face because she know this ain't the same Jacob I've been dealing with. So Grace arrives. Even Charity was happy to be involved because she just thought everybody just hated her so bad. Her mom was like, they like, it wouldn't be complete without you. You're still family. Yeah, you effed up. You sold your family up the river, but you still family. So Grace is like, well, where's AJ? And then, because AJ, he packed a bag, like he was getting ready to go. And AJ was like walking past a mirror. And as he walked past the mirror, he stopped and he looked at himself. And it was just something different. And so Sophia was like, I saw him. You need to go by. Go ahead. That's my husband, everybody. I told y'all, I'm going to get this content out. My daughter done photobomb. Now my husband, look, we almost at the end. Give me 2 more minutes. And so, Sophia was like, I went by his room. I saw his bag there. So he's upstairs. So not Charity. Grace went up there to check on him, and she sees his bag. She's like, well, where is he? She's knocking on the bathroom door. Nobody's answering. She kicks the door down like only a scared mama could do, baby. He's in there. He slit his wrist. So I believe he's gonna die. I think he needs to die in order for us to get some type of clarity of who he is, where he's from, and what's going on. Because see, we still don't know a lot about AJ. But this season is going to be very good. Greenleaf always brings it. So I'm very happy to say that I can't wait, and it's going to be good. So like I said, guys, I'm not in my regular setup. So, you know, Cash App, $ KETRESSA. Check out my website, www.creative with a K, concepts with the K-events.com. I don't have any subtitles for you. Like I said, my whole setup is just in disarray right now, but I knew I had to bring you guys something. Like I say with COVID, stay safe, do what you're supposed to do, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.